There is a process that I do that I hope might be helpful for you. Each year I call it my annual funeral. This is a process that I use to help me drop the weight. It's a process that I use to bring what I have been carrying before God because I need His help to drop the weight. And so there's 3 parts to the funeral. The first part is be real. So every spring or every fall, I take a blanket, my Bible, I take a journal and a pen down to Wabridge Park in South Toledo. It's right there by the Maumee River. And the be real part is as I settle down, I like doing this outside. You don't have to do it there, but it makes me feel closer to God. But I give myself permission to be real about the things that have messed me up, that are slowing me down or have me stuck. And when I talk about being real, here's the thing. I am already talking and telling myself stories about those things every single day. This is a place where I choose to be real before God. And then I write them down. I write down all of the unanswered prayers, all of the disappointments, unmet expectations, resentments. Just because I was a pastor and I'm a Christian speaker and author doesn't mean I got baggage. I can fill up a notebook, friends. And as I am writing all of those things down, it makes it real, so I have to acknowledge them. And then the last part is the release. This is the place where I have to turn those things over to God. In the release part of it all, I have to acknowledge that there are things that I prayed for that God answered a different way. That there are expectations that I had that aren't going to be met. There are resentments that I'm just going to have to let go of, because if I carry the weight, if my hands are closed and I've got my hands wrapped around the story that this coulda, shoulda, woulda, as long as I'm carrying those things, I don't have hands that are open for what God wants to bless me with. I call it a funeral because there are some things that I have to bury in my life. There are hopes and dreams of things that I wish would have happened that aren't going to happen right now, but I have to let them go. And I have to believe that God, who is the God that can make the impossible possible, that He is going to put something better in its place. When I have this annual funeral, there is a verse that I love to remember. God says, "For I know the plans I have for you. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a hope and a future." I've been doing this funeral for the last 10 years. I would not be standing here today if God would not have removed the weight of the things from my past. I have no idea what you are hoping for and dreaming about, but God has more for you, and God has put more in you. And the weight that you are carrying around is weight that God can remove because He has something better waiting for you.